Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. So, bad news on the ancient history front. There are no mods. It probably could be done through the console, triggering the script, but I'd have to find out what it was. I had Googled and I couldn't find it. I think it's far too much effort. So if you knew your way around the mod creator, I'm sure it'd be quite easy. But that's a whole new thing I'd have to learn. I don't really have any interest in actually modding the game. What else? I had something else to say. Oh yeah, this is the first time I've recorded the codices with this new mic, and because it's a lot more sensitive, it picks up me stomping on the push to talk pedal. Very annoying. You can hear it all the way through, going click, click, click at the beginning and end of everything I say. When the game audio is over the top, you can't really hear it. But yeah, it's pretty annoying. I don't really know anything I can do about that either. So, two annoyances. Here's an annoyance as well. What's with the heavy sighs?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
I mean, that's the destiny of everything, isn't it? I mean, that's the case for everyone in Ferelden. And besides, won't your stain be right next to my stain?
I think not. I am made of pure rock, skin to core. At best, I can become a pile of dust, but a smear I will definitely not leave behind. That's for softer, squishier things like itself and its friends. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
How did you disapprove of that, you sassy bastard? I'd have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. I shall kill for the Master and only for the Master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Yeah, they're dirty limericks.
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
I've no idea what golems are supposed to sound like.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
I mean, we could always, the control rod could always be fixed. Don't take your free will for granted.
And so could it, like a hound. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It disapproves of that.
Your desire is my command.
I had another dream about the archdemon.
Yes, me too. And I got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Just as we can sense a Darkspawn, the Darkspawn can sense us, can't they?
You know how some people want to be right all the time? Me, not so much. I guess one thing is certain, at least, isn't it? It's official. This is a blight. Your desire is my command.
I guess we haven't really advanced the main plot much.
Something I can help with?
I kind of expected there'd be more than that.
You witnessed the rarest of things, Warden. The Dalish stand ready to defend Ferelden.
Do you need anything?
We have assembled on a short schedule. Certain factors of equipment could be better. Crafting components would serve best. Basic ones like elf root and deep mushroom. At your word, Warden.
No, I do actually have a bunch of those in my chest. Are you ready? Be ready.
Always, Warden.
A communal box for the resources you have collected for your troops. Let's turn in crafting materials for the Dalish. Let's give all the elf roots. Did that help me in any way?
Generous as always, Warden.
Probably not. Probably do that last thing. It's only elf root. I'll be fine. My inventory's not too full either. Where's Shale? Let's equip it. What's that? Armor 9, spirit resistance. These are all the same. Do I have anything better in my chest?
It is begun.
Well, I've got 83 elf roots in there. They all seem to do damage 6.5. And +1 to all attributes is pretty good. Well, I'm not really sure about any of that. Let's just dump it all back in here. I mean, I definitely don't need 2 of them. Can I split it? Yes, I can take one.
If there's anything I can do, I'm
We probably don't want this normal stuff. Ah, that looks good. Now, do you have any little crystally things? Well, that's a bit underwhelming. I've probably got some more loot, have I, to trash? That wasn't as involved as I thought it was going to be. Right, I've probably just turned stuff in. I can clear that quest if I want to, if I can find can men. I don't know if any of my people have survival. I can probably kill those revenants, but I'll leave them for a while. I've obviously missed the elven ritual, so I've got quite a bit that I've missed in the forest. I haven't been to Denerim. That's in Denerim. I can try and kill Flemeth. Now these are really quite dull side quests. There's not a lot of content in these. I could probably just do some of them though. Oh, it's in... There we go, Redcliffe. Why don't we head to Redcliffe? We can at least turn that in and that'll clear too. So if I go to Redcliffe, hopefully I can just cash some of this stuff in. See you there. Are you the one that wants it?
Move along, friend.
I have a gift for you from the Mages Collective.
Oh, wonderful. I always appreciate correspondence from my upstanding friends in the Collective. On behalf of myself and my men, I thank you. I'll make sure the Collective's generosity is reciprocated. On your way now.
Excellent. So now I just need to go to the board and cash it in, I think. I don't have a Mage's Collective. I've got a Chanter board and an irregular box.
The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Very well.
Maybe I haven't completed either of those. Better go to the lake then, I guess. Damn it. Here we go.
Isn't that the point?
Take this. You've earned it.
Exactly. You, I, everything. All a dream. But whose? And for whose amusement? Some being of cosmic power.
Might have been fun.
What, you're serious? Of all this grip, all the war, they bloody thought of boils. I got a boil the size of your nose on my big toe, and some beings are enjoying this. Disturbed, sick bastards, if you ask me. Ahem. I still maintain they're more enlightened than that. If I ever come across one of them, I'll give them a what for.
Maybe not. Okay. I need to go to the Brazilian forest anyway, don't I? I've got quite a lot to do in the Brazilian forest. Let's head to the Brazilian forest then and try and clear some of these other ones.
The Swamp Witch has a great deal in common with my former master.
The Swamp Witch. How original.
The Swamp Witch has the same arrogance, the same air of cruelty. I would hate for it to have possession of my control rod, if it still worked, of course.
Let me tell you what you can do with your control rod, Gollum.
Is it telling me that if the rod did work, that it wouldn't want control over me?
I wouldn't go so far as that. I could, for instance, command you to go and jump in a lake. A very deep lake.
It fools no one. The Swamp Witch would control everything if it could. It would have us all dancing on its strings.
Oh, you know me too well, Gollum. Your revealing gaze has laid me bare.
I will be watching the Swamp Witch. It must not be trusted.
Now you're beginning to sound just like Alistair.
You know what you can do? Make it wear concrete shoes when it jumps in the lake. Alright, this is entirely breaking character, but I'm just going to convince her to go for
We owe
it.
you thanks for all
Or
you've
not.
done. Without you, our clan would be grieving the loss of many more hunters now.
Oh, well, perhaps he's in the forest actually hunting then. Maybe I can find him in the forest? If not, then I'm going to have a journal full of rubbish. Right, let's go. What should I do first? I'm just going to head straight to the tombstones, I think. Mind you, I might get a level up. Now let's try and find this jug side quest. Oh, I'm not entirely sure where it is, but got a missing piece of the map up here. So fingers crossed it's going to be there, because otherwise I don't really have a clue.
It shall be done.
Fountain! That looks right, actually. The earthen tablet you recovered is covered in writing, perhaps Elven. Most of the lettering is faded, making it indecipherable. There are numerous pictographs, however, which seem to indicate some kind of cleansing ritual to perform prior to honouring the dead. The first pictograph depicts filling an earthen jug before being placed on an altar. So I need an earthen jug. Do I already have an earthen jug? The water in the pool appears cool and clean. It is refreshed from some internal source, perhaps magically. Submerged in the water is what appears to be a small earthen jug. That's what I need. So I need to take the earthen jug. You take the jug out of the pool. It is made of clay and appears to be none the worse for its long submersion. We want to fill the earthen jug with water. You dip the jug into the water until it fills up completely. And then I think we're done with the jug. So next, before being placed on an altar, the second shows an elf kneeling before the altar and praying. And then we take a single sip of water from the jug. Then we empty the remainder of the jug into the pool. So go to the altar. The altar is plain and covered in a thin layer of dust. Numerous carvings cover its surface, but most are eroded beyond legibility. Let's examine the altar carvings. Most of the carvings are faded. What little you can make out involves a scene where the honoured dead is laid to rest inside a grand chamber. There seems to be some kind of process involving the altar before the body can be laid to rest, but most of those runes are illegible. So we want to place the filled earthen jug on top of the altar. The filled jug is now on top of the altar. Now we want to kneel before the altar and pray. You kneel before the altar and pray, touching your forehead to the ground as depicted on the tablet. You feel a sense of rightness and approval around you. And then I think do we want to take a sip? Examine the earthen jug on the altar. Take a single sip of water from the jug. You take a single sip of water from the jug and then replace it on the altar. Now we want to take the earthen jug and leave. And we want to pour it into the pool, don't we? I'm guessing this is the pool here.
As you say.
We want to dump the water of the jug back into the pool. Slowly, you spill the water out of the jug back into the pool. As soon as the jug is empty, it suddenly shatters, the pieces falling into the pool. Quest completed! Well, that was nice enough. We followed the instructions, and it worked. Shade. Burial chambers. This all looks bad. Everything about this looks bad. Let's see what's going on. Still, they didn't have much of a threat for me before, and I'm much higher level now.
Veran Salanon, Ranala Foros. Nay, Garan Sedale, Garan!
This must be the mother of the ghost that we didn't complete. Do you need help? Are you lost here, spirit? Okay, fine, be like that. If that is actually frozen proper, let's kill it. There's no way it's going to survive that. Has survived that somehow. Juggernaut plate armor. Euthanera. So this is another part of the quest with the Revenants. And I crushed this one, so maybe that means I can crush the one back in the middle of the forest now then. I'm not entirely sure if what resolved the boys plotline though.
Very well.
Hopefully I'll encounter the boy on the way out. Is that still in my journal? No. One item of the 3 hidden by the Tevinter Mage remains. We know exactly where that is. That's in the middle of the first bit of forest. I didn't find Cannon on my way through. I'm not entirely sure where he's gone. I think I'll probably skip to the forest. Right, look how close I am to a level up. That little edge is going to make me... I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2, but I've got several spells more than I had before. I think if I can get 1 more level up, I will. So let's go cash out the cannon quest, however we can. Okay, well, I can't find Cameron anywhere. I really don't know where he is.
Come to check on my Hala and I again, have you?
Yes.
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
I don't know if I do or not. Let's examine it. No, obviously don't.
I'm glad you attempted it regardless. Yes, that's it. She's calming down. That's it, love. Be calm. Tell me what troubles you. Ah, I see. It is her life mate who is sick, not her. He was bitten on the leg during the attack, and she fears greatly for him. I did not realize another Hala was injured. This will allow me to prevent the sickness from spreading to the entire herd. Masiranus, thank you. You have done my clan a great boon this day. I will always be grateful for your help.
Ah, excellent. So I must have passed that roll then. I still haven't leveled up, of course. I genuinely have no idea where Cameron is. I'm not going to do any Denerim. That's stuck. That's stuck. I can do the Mage's Guild. That sounds easy peasy. Wasn't there one in the Brazilian forest I had to go to? I swear there was. Which one was that? Slay the Cabal of Maleficarum in the Brazilian forest, the Brothers' Killer. No idea where they are though. Does it have a map on here? No. Well, we'll just stagger about the forest, I guess, until I find Cameron or the Maleficar. Ah, maybe it's these guys. There's a million of them for sure. Come on, Alistair. Do something. There's a proper one there. Yeah, it's obviously going to happen.
Hopefully you do not fight before well.
Let's go for a shitty chain lightning. Excellent. Well,
begun.
whatever's happened, we have at least got a spell back to level up. I know what I meant.
Very well. As you say.
Following it around
shall be
puts
done.
one in a lot of danger.
I still don't know if I've done it. Tell you what, Shell doesn't get his health back very fast. Right, there's more. Ah! Sweet!
As you say.
I'd rather not kill them though.
You are not welcome here.
Oh, well, I'm here on behalf of the Mages Collective.
Doing the Templars' dirty work for them, eh? Templars or mages, it means nothing to us. There is dark power here, and you won't stand in our way.
Oh, well, I guess he made my decision for me then, didn't he? No, not chain lightning, that's really rubbish. Oh, I'll just get my own guys, it's alright.
It shall be done.
Well, it was a shame it had to end like that, because historically I've kind of allied with you guys, but you made your decision and you have to line it. Right, hopefully... Oh, good. Hopefully I can go and trash that other monster now. Right, well, Chain Lightning was actually kind of shitty. I'm a bit annoyed by Chain Lightning. I'm really disappointed overall with Chain Lightning, it's just rubbish. I don't really know what path to start you on next. I don't really use the combat magic mode. I mean, I could head for Petrify. I've already got this row. Crushing Prison is good. 2 Crushing Prisons could do a lot worse than that. Let's clear you. Let's do Morrigan. Let's see what choices Morrigan has. I mean, sleep sounds pretty good. Yeah, so you're going for Entropy and Spirit. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't take the Earth ones. I mean, they're not... don't seem to be as good as... The Frost ones seem to be the best. I mean, Rock Armor's pretty shit. These Stonefishers are direct damage. I don't have that many. Let's head for it. I'll go for Primal. Let's get into sort of more open ground at least. Don't have a lot of choice by the looks of it. Right, everyone go for the Revenant. But that's not really true. You're going to go for... let's go Crushing Prison on him. I'll try and kill this one down the bottom. If Alistair had disarm, he could have disarmed that. Dispel, that's the word I said. Man, as if it resisted it, that's ridiculous. Right, that one's dead. So I've got Skeleton Mage left. I'm not sure if it's been crushing fielded or crushing prisoned. I'm not sure. Skeleton kind of kicks ass. Yeah, that mage kicked ass as well. Basically everyone but me kicks ass. This mage is absolutely beating the shit out of me.
I shall do it.
Feeling that for several days to come.
Oh, that's alright, I can clear that.
It shall be done.
Quest completed. Quest line grows shorter, which is good. Yeah, those I still think that was a pretty tough fight, even at this level. Now, should I kill the Grand Oak? He is a demon, but he did do what he agreed to do. But then he is a demon. But then I don't kill Win. We'll leave him alive. Right, what are the bitty quests we do? I think I've got that stuck. I could have a go at Flemeth. I might lose, but I can try it, can't I? Let's have a go at Flemeth next.
Why does the Swamp Witch still travel with the Grey Wardens?
You are of the opinion that I should not be?
I am curious. It seems as if it has little reason to stay.
The same could be said of you. There is no control rod commanding your presence, Gollum.
I have no history and thus no purpose. The same cannot be said for the Swamp Witch. Its purpose is simply unknown.
Keep asking questions and I shall turn into a bird. I can do that.
I have no fear of birds.
Oh, I didn't say you were afraid. I would simply hover out of reach, hovering, waiting until...
Enough! I shall be silent.
Excellent choice.
Well, her purpose was to be a vessel for Flemeth. She's going to have no purpose in about 5 seconds.
I shall do it.
Oh, I'm a bit confused, Morrigan. Where's your mum?
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
Alright, I'm obviously doing something wrong. This is where I last saw her, isn't it? I'm trying to kill her. Where is she?
As you say.
Oh, I think I've got all the scrolls of Banasta now. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing then. Oh, well. I don't know. That didn't work, did it? She isn't attacking me. Well, I don't know where we're going to go then. I can cash that in this episode.
The client is very pleased. Come back soon.
Okay, thank you for watching. I've no idea how long this episode is going to be. I suspect it's a huge amount longer for me than it is for you, because I'm just going to cut to all the clearings. But it's probably enough for an episode. And I think we're probably in the best place we're going to be to go to Orzammar. So thank you for watching, and come back for one of my favourite parts of Dragon Age Origins. Andruil, goddess of the hunt. Hear me, sons and daughters of the people. I am the sister of the moon, the mother of hares, lady of the hunt, Andruil. Remember my teachings, remember the Ver Tenandal, the way of the 3 trees that I have given you. Verasan, the way of the arrow, be swift and silent, strike true, do not waver, and let not your prey suffer, that is my way. For Barasan, the way of the bow, as the sapling bends, so must you. In yielding, find resilience. In pliancy, find strength. That is my way. For Adelen, the way of the wood. Receive the gifts of the hunt with mindfulness. Respect the sacrifice of my children, knowing that your passing shall nourish them in turn. That is my way. Remember the ways of the hunter, and I shall be with you. From the charge of Andruil, goddess of the hunt. Derthaman, keeper of secrets. The twins Falon Din and Derthaman are the eldest children of Elganan the Allfather and Mithil the Protector. The brothers were inseparable from the moment of their conception, known for their great love for each other. That is why we often speak of Falon Din in one breath and Derthaman the next, for they cannot bear to be apart, not even in our tales. When the world was young, the gods often walked the earth, and Falon Din and Derthaman were no exception. Both were delighted by the many wonders of our earth. They played with the animals, whispered to the trees, and bathed in the lakes and streams. Their days were filled with bliss, and they did not know sorrow. And then one day, while passing through the forest, Ferelden and Dracomies came across an old and sickly deer resting beneath a tree. "Why do you sit so still, little sister?" asked Ferelden. "Play with us," said Dracomies. "Alas," spoke the deer, "I cannot. I am old, and although I wish to go to my rest, my legs can no longer carry me." Taking pity on the deer, Ferelden gathered her up into his arms and carried her to her rest beyond the vale. Dracomies tried to follow them, but the shifting grey paths beyond the vale would not let him. Separated for the first time from Ferelden, Dracomies wandered aimlessly until he came across 2 ravens. "You are lost, and soon you will fade," the raven named Fear said to Dracomies. "Your brother has abandoned you. He no longer loves you," said the other, named Deceit. "I am not lost, and Ferelden has not abandoned me," replied Dracomies. He subdued the ravens and bade they carry him to Ferelden. This they did, for they had been defeated and were now bound to Dracomies' service. When Dracomies found Ferelden, he also found the deer, who once again was light on her feet, for her spirit was released from her weakened body. Both Ferelden and Dracomies rejoiced to see this. Ferelden vowed that he would remain to carry all the dead to their place beyond, just as he did the deer, and Dracomies stayed with him, for the twins cannot bear to be apart. From the story of Ferelden and Dracomies, as told by Gisherel, keeper of the Ralafarin clan of the Dalish Elves. Elganan, god of vengeance. Long ago, when time itself was young, the only things in existence were the sun and the land. The sun, curious about the land, bowed his head close to her body, and Elganan was born in the place where they touched. The sun and the land love Elganan dearly, for he was beautiful and clever. As a gift to Elganan, the land brought forth great birds and beasts of sky and forest, and all manner of wonderful green things. Elganan loved his mother's gifts, and praised them highly, and walked amongst them often. The sun, looking down upon the fruitful land, saw the joy that Elganan took in her works, and grew jealous. Out of spite, he shone his face full upon all the creatures on the earth he had created, and burned them all to ashes. The land cracked and split from bitterness and pain, and cried salt tears for the loss of all she had wrought. The pool of tears cried for the land became the ocean, and the cracks in her body became the first rivers and streams. Elganan was furious at what his father had done and vowed vengeance. He lifted himself into the sky and wrestled the sun, determined to defeat him. They fought for an eternity, and eventually the sun grew weak, while Elganan's rage was unabated. Eventually Elganan threw the sun down from the sky and buried him in a deep abyss created by the land's sorrow. With the sun gone, the world was covered in shadow, and all that remained in the sky were the remainders of Elganan's battle with his father, drops of the sun's lifeblood, which twinkled and shimmered in the darkness. From the tale of Elganan and the sun, as told by Gisherel, keeper of the Ralafarin clan of the Dalish Elves. Ferelden, friend of the dead, the guide. O Ferelden, Lethanavir, friend to the dead, guide my feet, calm my soul, lead me to my rest. In ancient times the people were ageless and eternal, and instead of dying would enter Euthernera, the long sleep, and walk the shifting paths beyond the veil with Ferelden and his brother Dracomies. Those elders would learn the secrets of dreams, and some returned to the people with newfound knowledge. But we quickened and became mortal. Those of the people who passed walked with Ferelden into the beyond and never returned. If they took counsel with Dracomies on their passage, his wisdom was lost, for it went with them into the beyond also, and never came to the people. Then Fen-Haral caused the gods to be shut away from us, and those who passed no longer had Ferelden to guide them. And so we learned to lay our loved ones to rest with an oaken staff, to keep them from faltering along the paths, and a cedar branch, to scatter the ravens named Fear and Deceit who were once servants of Dracomies, now without a master. As told by Gisherel, keeper of the Ralafarin clan of the Dalish Elves.